our entire civilization was built almost entirely by men. From the greatest skyscrapers to the rockets that went to the moon. Some of these things were built to further our species, but let's be real here. The majority of the things that we have built have been for women. But we didn't build these things specifically for the women. We built all of these things so that we could attract them. Let me explain. Nobody ever talks about this, but at the core of pretty much everything that we have done in society is the desire to, in some indirect way, attract females. And from a biological point of view, it makes perfect sense. You see, our job as men is to spread our seed far and wide, and how much easier do you think it's going to be for us to do this if we basically control all of the resources in the world? So there is no denying that as men, we are constantly thinking about women and how we can quote-unquote get more of them. But here's the key difference between men who are smart about it and men who are not so smart about it. A thing that most of you are aware of is something called a pickup artist. And from the very beginning, I've never wanted this channel to be labeled as some type of pickup or dating channel. And the reason why is because it's inefficient and self-defeating. All of the guys in the pickup community are constantly talking about getting girls, not realizing that the entire industry is full of shady characters and guys who want to sell you a $10,000 course that tries to teach you corny pickup lines and things that don't even matter. And at the end of the day, the quest to quote-unquote get girls is completely useless. If you ask any guy who's not a regular Casanova, he will tell you that he doesn't know why girls don't seem to like him. Not realizing that at the core of pretty much every problem that a man can have when it comes to females, all of these things are really the result of putting girls on a pedestal. Guys who get super nervous around girls get that way because they have a fundamental issue of putting the value of females far above their own. Guys who don't do that don't have this problem, so they're able to talk to and generally be themselves around women. Now, the entire purpose of pursuing girls directly places them on a pedestal, which only worsens the problem of feeling like your value is far lower than the value of the girls. This is where so many guys get it completely wrong. You see all these athletes and celebrities, and they are able to pick and choose pretty much any girl that they want. And none of these guys ever watched any YouTube videos about female nature or how to get girls, yet they are still able to get with gorgeous women with very little effort. These men learned all the stuff that you guys are learning from videos, but they simply learned it via a different method. Super successful and wealthy men on average have a far easier time attracting females, and that is just the way that it is. And these men never spend a day of their life putting women on a pedestal, so that idea is totally foreign to them. Now, one of the most important things that you will ever learn is that girls have always been the goal. And our entire society, whether we like it or not, has been built to allow men to achieve our ultimate goal of reproducing. But pursuing women directly never was the goal. Pursuing women directly is a self-defeating pursuit. What you have to realize is that women flock to success, wealth, and status, which are all just different expressions of the same fundamental thing. This is the nature of females. They will never overtly say this, but they desire resources and safety over anything else. And it just so happens that the men who are the most likely to have success, fame, power, or lots of resources are also the same men who must have certain important traits that allow them to acquire those things. Most millionaires in the world today are self-made. These men were able to climb to the top of the societal ladder because they have traits like confidence, courage, intelligence, and perseverance. Something you have to realize is that women want a man who is up. Put simply, women want the best that they can realistically get. And it just so happens that athletes, celebrities, and politicians all fit into this category of men who are up. But here's the most important thing to understand. All of these men didn't achieve great wealth, fame, or power by pursuing girls, yet in the end, they ended up in a position that allows them to pick and choose pretty much any girl that they want. So many guys in the world today have it completely backwards, and they pursue women for the sake of pursuing women. Constantly spending all of your time chasing girls will make you better at chasing girls, but chasing girls will not make you wealthy, it will not make you powerful, and it will not put you in a position that will allow you to choose any girl that you want. Because when you focus all of your energy on chasing girls, all that you're really doing is idolizing them, and this is the primary problem to begin with. So what happens is the problem only becomes worse. This channel has never been and will never be a place to learn how to get girls. What this channel has and will always be instead is a place for guys to find a path that is similar to the one taken by professional ball players, celebrities, and successful businessmen. All over the world, you have guys who can talk and kick it with other men with no problem whatsoever. But as soon as a good-looking female enters the room, these guys will start to sweat and they'll start to get nervous. And it's because they place women on a pedestal. or because they have raised the value of women so far above their own just because of something like beauty. At the end of the day, women are going to exchange that beauty that they have for something. And historically, something that we've seen time and time again is that women want to get the best possible offer that they can realistically get. And historically, the men who are in the best position to receive that beauty or to receive the offer that these girls are putting up are those who have plenty to offer themselves in the form of character, money, power, or resources. Think about it like this. Imagine you're sitting in a boat in the middle of the ocean and you're super hungry. This is pretty much every guy out there who's constantly chasing women and pursuing them just for the sake of pursuing them. But if I told you that if you just stay where you're at, you will get only one fish from the ocean and you don't even get to choose the fish. But if you stay focused long enough to continue paddling and you reach your destination, you can have all of the oceans and all of the fish inside of them. Something you have to understand is that girls are simply byproducts of success. That's sort of a blunt way to put it, but it's the truth. A lot of you guys are younger and you want to get girls, so to speak, just for the sake of getting them. But think about your typical high school or college. The most attractive guys were always the ones who were really good ball players, or the guys who were pursuing their purpose. And the same is true with money. Money is a byproduct of success. Money is a byproduct of pursuing your purpose. Yet many guys pursue women for the sole purpose of pursuing women, and they have the whole thing completely backwards. Think about it like this. What is the end game for somebody like a pickup artist? Imagine you get super good at getting girls. Are you going to get some sort of gold medal or massive prize when everything is said and done? Absolutely not. Are you going to get some sort of massive recognition and fame or power? Once again, no, you're not. So what is the point of spending your days chasing after each individual fish when you could spend your time instead chasing your purpose or the things that will bring you not just one fish, but the entire ocean of fish, plus all the other things that you stand to gain from your purpose? For every minute that you spend actively pursuing women, that's 1 minute that could instead be spent towards achieving far more important goals, and these are minutes that you will never get back. Getting girls just for the sake of getting girls is completely self-defeating, and it actually strengthens the one main problem that most guys have to begin with, which is believing that they have no value and that girls have all of the value. Chasing girls and trying to get better at it for this one sole purpose causes us to unconsciously place even more value on girls, which leads to even more problems with attracting them. All the ball players and celebrities who can pick and choose any girls they want didn't spend one single minute pursuing girls directly, yet they ended up with the ability to pick almost any girl that they want. When you really think about it, pursuing females as an end goal is completely pointless and in fact is a total waste of time. And the more that you focus on your purpose and improving yourself, the more success you will achieve, and as you would expect, all of the girls will be waiting for you at the finish line. Now, that's kind of a harsh way to look at it, but it's simply the way that females work. As men, when it comes to picking a mate, we want the best that we can realistically get. And women are no different. They just have different ways of achieving the same end goal, which is successful reproduction. Imagine you could be known for one of two things. Number one, you could be known as the guy who's been with 1,000 different girls. Or number two, you could be known as the man who created the company that sent humans to Mars and made you billions of dollars in the process. Now obviously 9 out of 10 men would want to be known for number two. And the irony of it all is that if you choose number two, you can still get number one as a byproduct if you decide that's something that you want. Pursuing women as a singular goal is completely pointless and it is a complete waste of time. And in fact, this sort of behavior will actually backfire because you will inevitably worsen the one thing that made it so hard to interact with girls in the first place, which is idolizing them and placing them up on a pedestal. This channel has and will always be not a dating channel, not a PUA channel, but a channel for men to learn how to improve themselves and not how to chase women, but how to understand them. But most importantly, to help you become better. Because as you improve yourself and you move towards your purpose, all the other pieces of the puzzle will fall into place. Our entire society is built around the one thing that men think about many times per day. And the only difference between the man at the top and the man at the bottom is that one of them chose to pursue his purpose while the other chose to pursue women. So many guys get sucked into the world of constantly trying to chase after women. And they all have their own individual reasons for this, but at the end of the day, it is a massive waste of time. Because instead of spending your time trying to get girls, quote unquote, what you could be spending your time on is improving yourself and improving various other areas of your life that are going to make your life far better overall. In this life, we only have so many minutes in any given day, and it is up to us to make sure that we are spending those minutes in the same way that we would spend money from our bank on things that are going to make the biggest difference in our life. 80% of our results will come from 20% of our efforts. So we have to make sure that the 20% of the efforts that we are focusing on have pretty much nothing to do with chasing girls. The sooner we realize that getting girls is a pointless pursuit, the sooner we can take that energy and put it into something else that is actually going to change our life. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.